Welcome, everybody, to Wayzata Hockey. I am your host, Sean Hill, coming to you from our studios in the Great White North. We're going to have incredible action here today as Wayzata faces off against Edina. It's a rivalry you know and love, and we are glad to bring it here to you live. If you're joining us on YouTube or wherever you're tuning in, we want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and say where you're tuning in from and who you are rooting for. In just a moment, we'll take a look inside the rink as we get set up for what should be an exciting matchup. Now, the Wayzata Junior Gold team is coming off back-to-back victories, perhaps playing their hottest hockey of the season thus far. But whenever Edina is the opponent on the other side of the rink, you know they're going to bring their best effort. As for Edina, they expect it to be a little bit better than they've shown thus far this season. But once again, in a rivalry game, you know they're going to get their best effort. You see the fans start to file in, and we're hoping to get a ringside interview in just a little bit. But as we come back live inside the studio, want to lay out for you when I discussion with Coach Hill before the game what he was looking for. And it all was about keeping the effort going, making sure that they played consistent hockey for all three periods. He said throughout the season, the biggest struggle has been keeping momentum from the drop of the puck through the final whistle. So we'll see if the Wayzata Junior Gold squad will be able to keep up that intensity and if they're going to be able to bring home the W today. It'd be a huge one, a huge victory for this squad, this Juniors Gold team. So as we still go back into the arena, we'll get it nice and wide so we can see the warm-up period here as we get set for our ringside interview in just a moment. But once again, I want to thank each and every one of you that has tuned in to check out the broadcast here today. And once again, send us your comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from and how you are watching. But now we'll go ahead and send it down ringside as we'll talk to a defenseman from the Wayzata Junior Gold team. It is Michael Rocca. Michael, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me. How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty good. Now, the matchup against Edina, whenever it's that team on the other side of the rink, you guys always find an extra gear. What does this rivalry mean to you in particular?
You know, you're playing hockey in Wayzata since your mites. You build this rivalry. You always want to win. We went to Braemar not that long ago, beat them in their shack, so we're excited to take it home.
And so what do you need to do today to get another W? What has to happen from the start of this game for you to be successful?
I think we need to play clean hockey. We have lockdown defense that's going pretty well. Forwards are stepping up, so it all comes down to who's going to play the clean hockey.
And what was the message in the dressing room? Obviously, you talked a bit of strategy, but emotionally, how are you guys feeling coming into this matchup?
You know, everyone's excited. It's hard not to be excited. We got all of our friends here, so it's mostly just staying composed and doing what you can for the team.
All right, we'll put on a show out there. Be sure to have some fun as well. I appreciate the time.
Thanks, guys.
You know, you talk to the defenseman there, and you hear the passion in his voice when it comes to this rivalry. And Wayzata Junior Gold team has had a bit of a struggle this season thus far, but they are confident coming into this game. And we're looking to see the house start to be packed up at Wayzata Central here. And we're going to see a hard-hitting affair as well. I think we're going to see a lot of emotion on both sides of the ice here. So we'll see if it gets a little bit too rowdy. We'll see how contained it ends up being. But this is going to be an exciting matchup. And once again, I thank each and every one of you for joining us here. We'll have Puck Drop coming up in just a couple of moments. But for now, we're going to give you some sounds of the rink, let you kind of dive in and experience what you can expect. And I'll be back with some more play-by-play in just a moment.
to get on camera.
You're looking live over the shoulder of Coach Hill there as they get set for a huge matchup. Wayzata Junior Gold Hockey coming to you live from Wayzata Central in just a moment. No, it's a Wayzata squad. You see them there. I talked about it being a difficult season, but the confidence more so than ever. And you see that young man right there with the helmet on. That is Coach Hill's son, RJ Hill, who's kind of joined the coaching staff. He's really gotten the ear of a lot of the players there, the youngster on the bench, bringing his young hockey IQ to the equation. But one thing that Coach Hill told me to expect from this matchup tonight was passion. He's not expecting his team to take their foot off the gas pedal at any point. And you see the pregame handshake. You see the crowd starting to get rowdy. This might be the last bit of pleasantries that we see this evening, as I'm sure we're going to get to it. You see we got full coverage, including our director back in studio there. But as I bring you into just me here, I want to let you guys know we appreciate you each tuning in. We invite you down in the comments to let you know, to let us know where you're tuning in from and who you might be cheering for. We're going to try our best as I'm in a remote location to get you some of the stats and some of the sounds from it there, but we're hoping just to bring you some good world-class hockey here to YouTube as quite a great matchup underway in just a moment here, and I'll take you back live as you see the rink. The final huddle's ready to go, but soon we'll be underway here. And look at them! They're excited. The fans are fired up. And we cannot wait to bring this action to you. The excitement is bubbling. I see people already tuning in from Michigan, from Costa Rica. Wayzata Hockey is going global at this point. We absolutely love it. And a special thanks to our director, Tommy Champaglia, also Luke, Mark, and Jacob on the cameras for us, trying to bring you this action as best we can. So, all right, puck drop getting underway in just a moment. Edina in the green, Wayzata in the white. And we are set and ready to go. If you want, watching at home, feel free to stand up and make a little noise yourself. Let your neighbors know that you're tuned in for some great hockey action. And the rubber hits the ice, and we're underway as Edina takes control first. Back in their own zone, we'll look to work it through. We'll have lines and pairings in just a moment as Coach Hill made some last-minute changes, so we're going to look to get that up in just a moment. You see the student section obscuring a bit of the view on the downside there. We'll see if we can work around that in just a moment. But the puck in the corner to the left of the goaltender, shot in front, and he's able to squeeze that one. So an early shot underway. See the crowd. That's what you expect from Minnesota hockey. A rowdy group there. It's really going to play a factor in this game. So face-off once again to the goaltenders left. We're just underway. The face-off goes back down in the corner. We're going to look to move the camera down to the far side there to see if we can get that corner that's obscured by the fans. But Wayzata moves in zone. Looks to working in front. That's sticked away. Edina looking to break out. The pass across, intercepted in front. Knocked back. So far seeing some long passes being attempted by Wayzata. We'll see if that pays off for him. Edina so far has been able to knock the puck down, keep it out of harm's way. Here they come back the other way. 4-on-1 developing. Defenseman trying to get back, works on his forehand, his backhand across the shot, and a big save, and another one. Two big saves, a third at it. Oh, and now it squeaks through. Edina gets the first one on the board just over a minute into the game. A defensive collapse, 4-on-1 against Wayzata there, and they were unable to get back in time. So Edina strikes first. Playing from behind is not something Coach Hill wanted to do. He expected the emotion, being on the national television audience, having the home crowd there. And hopefully they'll be able to dig in deep and find a way to even this score. So Edina takes the early lead, 1-0 here, just a little over a minute. Wayzata, though, did get some opportunities in the offensive zone, just got a little bit too down, a couple guys below the dots there, led to a 4-on-1 the other way. Edina trying to work it out of their own zone. Wayzata trying to forge on the far boards now. Goes in on goal. He sticks to the side. Edina looks to break out. Right in front of what's becoming a packed house here at Wayzata Central. And down back the other way. Told you in a moment, we'll get some of the forwards and defensive pairings on there as that will go for icing. As we get set here, working out some of the kinks on the broadcast, so make sure that you're seeing everything clearly. A little bit more depth of things in just a moment. We want to make sure you're not missing a second of the action here. Face off the goaltenders, right? Edina behind their own net looks to come up with speed. Benson plays it ahead. 3-on-2 developing, but they're trying to get back here. But Wayzata taking around the net. Heavy hit there in the corner. Shot in front, stick to side, and they do get a clear. This is probably going to go all the way for icing, and there is the whistle. 1-0 our score. Edina got the first one. Couple of scoring chances right in front. And unable to keep what looked like the fourth shot of the pressure out of the net. Face off now behind the Wayzata net. They work it up the far boards. Back down the point. Edina looks, shot through traffic. Deflect it once, deflect it twice, and stick the side there. Great save by the goaltender. Taking from behind the net now. Wayzata trying to find the clear. They get it out. Oh, it says kept in the blue there. Looks like it just got out of the line, but the line's been called it okay, and Wayzata will take another icing. So you're seeing the Wayzata squad start to ice the puck. They're going to play perhaps a little defensive in that regard. Coach Hill says, he trusts his team off the faceoff. And so you take a look at the forward line combinations here. A bit of a late scratch, so this is to the best we believe at the moment, but if there's a correction to be made, we will do so. Shot to the point, big save there, and he covers that one up. And a push and shoving, a little chatter, a little bit of a face wash. And this is what we expected from this matchup. Henry Kurt has faced a couple of shots, and I think he might pick up his first penalty here as well. We shall see. 12:07 remaining in the first period, 1-0 Edina. I believe this penalty is going to be on the goaltender. Someone from the ice will have to serve that. We'll try to take a look and see. I'm not sure what the call will be here as we're trying to work from our broadcast location here and try to figure out exactly what the call is going to be. The officials discussing. I think they're trying to determine, obviously, Henry Kurt got the glove up in the face there. They might be trying to determine what type of call that's going to be. Obviously, USA Hockey, very protective of contact to the head. They consider that a punch and not a face wash. Could be an interesting situation here. I do see one, otherwise that is Junior Gold starting to head into the box there. So believe this will end up being, I do see an Edina player now. We'll see if this ends up being even manpower. And so, yeah, we see two aside there now. So it looks like Henry Kurt does pick up the 2-minute minor. So we should have, it looks like, well, maybe they have the time up on the boards, but with 5 players out there right now, they're calling coincidental. Might see some 5-on-5 action, which would actually benefit. Well, I guess Wayzata does have someone serving the penalty. I was going to say, from the manpower perspective, the goaltender doesn't have to wait to come out on the whistle. It might be what Coach Hill is asking. But the face-off will come to Henry Kurt's right. And once again, the officials trying to navigate things as best they can. Do you think you have a better version of the call? Let us know in the comments. So I'm guessing it was 4 on Kurt. So because it looks like it is 5-on-4 now. So Edina does head to the power play. Face-off one back by Wayzata. Can't clear, their fans on it. Now stumbles down towards the circle. Shot. Big save there. And he gloves it up. A little bit of panic there early after the face-off win. Jamie Schill, unfortunately, just lost his footing after he lost the puck there. Face-off one by Edina. In the high slot. Shot blocked away by Kurt. Rebound coming behind the net. Looking to clear is Moy, who does get it all the way down. So Ryan Moy, who's had a tremendous season for the Junior Gold squad, was able to get that initial clear. Edina unable to get back in. So we'll see if the PK can be a little spark for the Junior Gold squad. Moving through the neutral zone is Edina. Across the line, tries to dangle through, puck's left behind. Back to the point. That's blocked in front, looking to be Moy the other way. Moy has a step, in on goal, he shoots! Oh, a save there from the Edina goaltender, but a short-handed opportunity. In fact, the most threatening Wayzata's looked all night has come on the PK. And Ryan Moy, the leading point scorer for this Wayzata Junior Gold squad, thought he had a short-handed goal to add to his stat line, but it remains 1-0. Off the draw, Edina looking at pressure in the zone. They cannot, they have to clear to stay on side. Now they'll look to go to work. Big hit in the corner there. Jars the puck free. Edina using the extra man, try to get to it. Wayzata's able to clear, but not out. Edina on the right point. Shot, deflection in front, doesn't get all the way through. Goes back, deflected it once again. Now they'll play it the long side. Edina keeps it in once again. Looks on the far side, fires across, can't go. Loose in the slot, can't get it. In the corner now. Back up towards the point. Right in front of our broadcast angle there, and eventually it is cleared. Edina coming back in. Shot. Oh, through traffic. Big rebound there. But Kurt's a small rebound. With about 23 seconds left, I believe, in the Edina power play. 10:29 in our first period. 1-0 our score. Off, sits in the center there. Wayzata has it look like he's hooked down, but no arms go up. Edina now tries, goes to the slot. That won't go. Rollins gathers, looks to clear, and he fires it down. Edina will look to regroup on their own end. They get towards the final moments of the power play, but a turnover there at the blue line. And there was another shorthanded chance. We're not able to do so as the manpower caught up to them. We'll fire that back down in. So we're back to even strength now. The penalty to the goaltender got his trapper up there in the face of the Edina forward. And the pace starting to slow down a bit. Looks like the Edina power play and their inability to really score on that has taken some steam out of them. I hope Wayzata can capitalize. Working out of the corner now, trying to get back up towards the point. Right shot, fired through, can't get to the net. It's blocked in front, and that'll clear. Being it behind their nets is Roslio. Looks to play to have turnover in the neutral zone. Edina steps in, makes one move, goes around another. Deeks looks, still has one on stick, finally poked away. Had a puck on a string for a moment there, and it just wouldn't go. So far, Henry Kurt has made a couple of key saves. The one gets through, but it has been strong thus far. 9:12 remaining here in the first period. Working down in the near corner. Fans obscuring our view for just a moment there. Comes back down in the corner. Tries to put it down low to the play, and Edina will get to the cycle game. Wayzata scrambling a bit. Some loose guys in front, but Kurt with a big stick save there. Wayzata will look to clean up here defensively. There's a lot of open ice there for Edina. They get another high danger scoring opportunity, but another save from Kurt. Tries to get in front, deflected, great pass back, but another great save there. Edina threatening, that one comes to the line, the official say it's in. Wayzata does get the clear. A couple of big saves there, but you can see some open Edina forwards pretty much starting to shoot at will. Wayzata Junior Gold Squad will have to clean it up defensively. They're going to stay in this game. Just 1-0 at the moment, but it's a lot to ask of your goaltender. And the whistle goes. We'll see exactly what the call is here. This might be on Edina. Didn't see her. It's going to be the offside. Lost it on the camera switch there as the puck comes out of the zone. Looks like we'll have offside. Ryan Moy looks to win the draw there. Back in the zone, he picks it up on his stick. Rumbles in towards the neutral zone. Gets in, they called it just offside. Face off just out of the Edina zone. Moy wins the draw back. Looking to reset. The turnover there. Don't know the official's arms went up on that one as Edina fell down. But more crashing the net in front. And I think Wayzata's going to get the call here, but a little bit of contact with the goaltender. This is going to be an interesting situation. We saw him crashing the net pretty hard in the Wayzata response. Already a lot of contact around the goaltender. And it looks like they are going to call the goaltender interference as well. You saw the reaction there. So I saw a cross-checking signal there. It looks like Edina might pick up the only call. And we talked about this in the pregame, this being an emotional game. As much as you want to see the goaltender kind of owning the crease there, it looks like now maybe the Wayzata forward is headed to the box. So you might be looking at 4-on-4. As much as you want to see them defend the paint, I don't know if the special teams battle benefits the Wayzata Junior Gold Squad at this point. With that said, to be fair, they did have great pressure on their last shorthanded opportunity. Face off to Kurt's right. Wayzata wins it, plays it around the net. They're going to look to move up. So with the coincidental minors, it will remain 5-on-5. And they're now trying to work towards the slot. Edina is there. And through the neutral zone, they come. Across the blue line right in front of the benches. Works it down in the corner. Will look to go to the attack. Wayzata looks to wheel it around on the near side. They have, looks to break out. Gets by the D-man in the neutral zone. They'll dump it in and go to work. Looks like Ryan Moy there. In throws a big solid hit. Wayzata would love to get the physical game going, but got to make sure that you're not just doing plays like that where you're not really making a play on the puck. You're just trying to get a piece of something. That shot goes wide, and the Wayzata Gold Squad thankfully out to the neutral zone. Edina regroups on their own end. Looks to come to the left side. Doesn't get the best of the hit, but makes the play. Separates the man from the puck. And that stops the Edina break-in. They stay on side here. On the right side, looks, tries to fire it in. And a big glove save there by Kurt. .649 remaining, 1-0 there, our score. You're just joining us. Welcome to this presentation. Wayzata Junior Gold Hockey, 1-0. Edina is our score here in this rivalry game. We invite you, if you're watching on YouTube, to chime in the comments where you're watching from and who you might be cheering for if you got a favorite player on either of these squads. In front of the benches, yet again, Edina able to throw it back and really keep pressure. Looks like they're being pretty conservative on the forecheck thus far, not putting too much pressure on the Wayzata forwards in the zone, or Wayzata defensemen, excuse me, but in the neutral zone, they're clogging lanes and really restricting skating space for the Junior Gold Squad. Classic example right there, but Wayzata's able to get it back, look to work it in. Unable to get so. We apologize for a little bit of the laggy feed here. That puck is fired all the way back down. Clear up the near boards, and they'll play a little catch back and forth. The whistle goes. And that's going to come all the way back down. Looks like play with a high stick by the Edina squad. So this face-off to the goaltender's right. Looks like it might be Rollins in here on the face-off. One to the left side. Shot from the point. Goes just wide of the net and actually up and out of play. Leighton Nelson unleashing the cannon there. Fortunately, unable to get in on goal. So they're going to say this one directed straight out, so the face-off will come out to neutral zone. Wayzata regroups in their own end. Looks to get up to the left-hand side. That's intercepted. Good play by the defender there. He'll look to start the attack the other way. Actually fires it in on Kurt. And a quick whistle there. No pressure on the goaltender. This is going to give Edina an offensive zone face-off. So the defenseman firing it in on goal is able to get the offensive zone draw. Which is now down on the ice. Gotta love the crowd up on the rail there getting going. But now dangerous opportunities comes around the net in front, throws it back out to the point. And another puck to the high danger area. Wayzata skates by. They enter the zone themselves. Looks to cut through center. Tries to fire it towards the net. It just goes in the corner. And Edina on it first. So really the only sustained offensive pressure we saw from the Wayzata Junior Gold squad was on the penalty kill. They've yet to really develop any sustained pressure 5-on-5. Edina, on the other hand, a couple of high danger scoring changes as the whistle goes here. I believe on the offside, it looks like. Let's see the faces will come in the zone. I got to say the official is not quite clear. Having trouble hearing the whistles a little bit on the broadcast side. Face-off goes to Edina. Behind the net, they're going to look to break out. Open wing there, right to the center. Almost a textbook breakout, if not for the mishandle there. That goes off a skate, and Wayzata look to have a clean breakout of their own instead of another neutral zone turnover. They're going to really want to clean up the passing and get some sustained offensive pressure. Right now, just 1-0, but it seems like a powder keg with some of the dangerous scoring chances they've been giving up in the slot there. Kept into the point. Over 2-0 down low and takes a shot himself and hits the crossbar. Oh my, it's not going to go in the books as a shot on goal, but another dangerous scoring opportunity there. And you see the crowd trying to do their best to impact the action. Sure, some chirping there. We don't want to get on the broadcast. But love to see it. Love to see that passion, and love to see your passion of you at home tuning in. I see we've peaked at about 30, 35 viewers thus far. Thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Edina rumbling through the neutral zone with good speed, takes towards the center of the ice, keeps himself, tries to dangle around, now back to his winger, tries to get in front and turn the other way. Now they have space here, 3-on-2 developing, they can get organized. Through the center he goes, stops, looks, gets it across, the shot! No deflection in front, a big save with the glove. But a good scoring opportunity there that looked like it was Myers who got away. As you mentioned on the top, a late scratch for the Wayzata Junior Gold squad means there's going to be a rotating forward throughout some of the lines here. Coach Hill said he wanted to try to get some line consistency, but make sure he had fresh legs. On the way offside, Edina will regroup. Great speed coming from the back end. He works around one, now over towards the bench side. Stops, looks, fires on a forehand, stayed Kurt. In the corner his right. Good body pressure there. Will knock down the Edina forward. Regroups, gets it, looks, takes it behind the net, tries to work it in front. Unable to get a full shot off as he's stick in the lane. So Henry Kurt, number one, the goaltender, picked up a couple of key saves, picked up a penalty as well, just making sure that he's impacting almost every aspect of this game. The face-off will not come to his left. Rubber hits the ice. And back behind the net, we go. Grubb tries to play in his skates. Back around Edina, gets it in front, sticked away. Out of the zone. Edina looking to try to get that puck towards the slot. The cycle game really hasn't gone too deep. They haven't really had to do multiple iterations of it. They've pretty much been able to work it towards the slot. However, Wayzata starting to clamp down a bit more and get sticks in the lane. As much as Kurt's made some saves, we've seen a lot of blocked shots and reflected pucks as well. Back on their own end, both teams look to make some subtle changes. And the rest of the D for Wayzata looks to go. That'll give Edina a free outlet. Pass across goes a bit too far. And that'll go all the way for icing. So an unforced error there is going to give Wayzata a face-off in the offensive zone. Face-offs thus far have actually been pretty even. Shots on goal heavily favoring Edina. This one, Wayzata's able to get control. Trying to work out of the corner, takes it back behind the net, trying to scoop it in front, and throws it down! Oh my, a nifty play there to work the puck in front, and just like that, we got a tie game. Off the face-off win, it came into the corner. They looked to work it out in front. It looks like he might have tried to tuck it in the short side as it came across. Was able to poke it home, and behind it goes. We'll look to see if we can get the official goal scorer on that one. Could have been Tobias Meyer or Cooper Rasmus looked like to be close to the action there. But our score is now 1-1. So for all the miscues in the defensive zone, being a tie game right now, Wayzata Junior Gold squad is going to be looking to build up the momentum, coming off 2 straight wins. If you've been following this team, you know it's been a difficult year, but right now they are probably playing some of their best hockey. And late in this period, getting the ties, another scoring chance there. Covers it up, so we're starting to see some more sustained pressure from the Wayzata squad. Puck goes down, and Edina wins that one a bit cleanly, but it looks like he might have done it a bit illegally. Looked like a bit of deflection as the puck came down there. Officials looked like it was a clean drop, but determined no, and they'll do it again. Just under 2 minutes to play here. Period number 1, 1-1 our score. Edina struck first just a little over a minute into the game, and Wayzata just struck back. Edina now looking to go up once again, but a weak shot thrown in, and that's easily sticked aside. Henry mentioned the goaltending by him, but Sean Dvorak in Wayzata's previous game absolutely stood on his head to get them on this 2-game winning streak. Edina now gets up to the loose puck, but sticked away in front and wrestled into the boards. They keep it in on the far side. Try to stick it back in front. Goes through. No shot there. Wayzata escapes again and now looks to get back on the offense. Dumped in deep over Moy's head into the far corner. Right ahead, long outlet pass, and that's actually going to be a turnover. They're going to fire it back in. They'll have to wait and clear on side. You know, the forward check, Wayzata goes. Edina plays it along the near boards, plays it up and over everybody's head, stays in play, out to neutral zone. Edina not looking to kind of break it out, just trying to almost emergency loft, and not sure if we're going to see a little bit of a strategy change here, but they had clean breakouts up most of the game, but the last 3 opportunities looking more for a little pitch and catch. Turnover there in the neutral zone, but Wayzata able to recover. Edina trying to fire it in deep, hits another stick. Trying to get it in deep once again, can't do so. This one finally gets through, but no shot goes. We dip down to 35 seconds left in the first period. On the near side corner there, good battle. Trying to stick it away, trying to get through feet, comes back now in front, over to the far side. Tries to work towards the slot, cannot. Played off the boards, up and out, but can't get it past the defenseman there. They're laid offside, they're clear now. Wayzata waits, cannot get it out though, another turnover. Just 10 seconds remaining. Looking to keep this puck along the boards and get out of this period tied at 1. Kept in once again, goes towards the slot, and finally cleared out towards the neutral zone. And that'll do it for period number 1. 1-1 our score, Wayzata and Edina. As I mentioned, Edina got on the board first, just over a minute into the period. Then after with about 2 minutes or so to go, Wayzata was able to get the equalizer. We're going to keep it here in just a moment. I'm Sean Hill. I'll be back with more play-by-play of the second period action between Wayzata and Edina in just a moment.
And then right now, my dad's camera's up there, and then my friend Jacob is up.
Looking live inside the Wayzata Junior Gold huddle there. Coach Hill, before the game, mentioned he expected an emotional game from his squad. We also talked to Matthew Roca, the defenseman, number 24 in your program there, and he talked about, this is an important game for them. No matter what the standings look like, they want to make sure that they're finishing their season on the right note, but that also, in a game like this, where rivalry truly matters in the state like Minnesota, anytime you can put a W on the ledger, you want to do so. Once again, I want to thank each and every one of you that have tuned in just far. If you're just joining us, be sure to let us know down in the comments where you're joining from and who you might be cheering for as well. We'd love to hear from you. Now Edina will be going from right to left on your screen. Wayzata in the whites. 1-1 our score here in second period action. For those unfamiliar, they'll get right out of the play here between the second and third. They'll have an ice cut. This comes back to the point now. Looks, shot, fires through traffic. It sneaks through, but does not go. And a big collision there. A player is down. He's not getting up. And more shenanigans from the goaltender there. So a big scoring opportunity, a big hit. We got rivalry action here at Wayzata Central. So they're coming out to attend to the injured player. Wasn't able to quite see the number there. Looks like he's up and starting to skate back to the bench there. Always good to see you. Even in the heat of a rivalry game, you never want to see a competitor in pain. And no call on that play. I don't believe so. Looked like it was, while a heavy hit, looks like he got him a bit clean. Cam Cotright had that bullet from the point that led to that scoring opportunity, that big hit as well. Rasmus in to take this draw. Unable to win it, Edina recovers. Poking the side there, man falls down in front. It's going to start to get a bit chippy here in the second period. Big hit there. Oh, that looked like Gloria, and I think there might be a call on this one. Well, you have to wonder if the hit prior, the official thought maybe better of not making a call there, and you hate to say make up sort of call there, but it looked like it came in hard but clean. Regardless, the stripes call is the rule of law. And so Edina now will head back to the power play. 0 for 1 thus far. With just still not even a minute removed in this period with some high danger scoring chances, some big hits, and now a power play going for Edina. Back of the point, works it down the far side. Tries to get in the slot wide open there, but can't corral it. It's poked away and cleared. Oh, loses his footing. And no one really take advantage of trying to poke it away, sticking aside, unable to get the number there, but he keep control. Throws over to the left wing side, dumps it back to the point. Looks, works it back down low in the slot, throws it off to the corner there. Looked like he might have had a scoring opportunity, decide to go for the setup as they work out of the corner. Trying to cycle back down the other side, stick and skates, they poke it free. Wayzata trying not to collapse too much, Edina will get it. Back of the left-hand point, shot through traffic, does not go. Defenseman pinches, able to keep it in there. Starting to see some slow-moving legs here from both sides as Wayzata pokes it ahead, and we'll look and see they look to turn offensive. Can't get it deep. Gets back on side. He does. They're going to say works to the backhand shot off the side of the net. Stays in play and back out. So once again, another scoring opportunity for Wayzata Junior Gold on the PK. But a turnover here leads to a 3-on-2. Quickly, the penalty killers are getting back. Makes it deep to the left corner. Works it now, trying to get high. The turnover. Wayzata will look to dump it out. Gets it out of the zone. Can't get it much further than the red line. Back in the Edina zone here. In the corner. Plays it aside.
Pretty good.
Good pressure thus far, making sure that Edina, they had the one sort of set up earlier in the power play, but unable to get off the wall. And an aggressive, you're seeing the Wayzata power play, or penalty kill, excuse me, being very aggressive, chasing for those loose pucks, active feet and active sticks.
Is RJ on your team?
This one works towards the slot and is clear. Back down the other way. Edina will have to go 200 feet. But an errant pass there will go, and we're back to 5-a-side hockey. So 0 for 2 thus far for Edina on the power play. Unable to capitalize on their opportunity. Back around the net it goes on the far side. Shot towards the high slot, stick aside there by Kurt. A little bit of lag on the camera feed there. We apologize. We're looking to make sure it comes through nice and smooth for you. Once again, it's below the goal line for Wayzata. And having a tough time after going back to even strength of getting out of their zone. Finally, it squeaks through. And with the long change here in the second period, we'll see if that long shift affects things. Wayzata trying to get at least one forward off. Edina throws it in from far out. Kurt swallows that one. Looks like we might have juggled a bit, but it'll lead to an offensive zone draw. Down at ice level there. This is where you really see the speed of the game for these athletes. Face off to Kurt's left. One by Edina. Back of the point. Shot through. Goes wide. On the near side now. Tries to get back at the point. Let's intercept by Wayzata. We'll look to break out the other way. Throws the puck ahead. That's going to go all the way down for an icing. So another errant pass there. Looks like Joseph Loria, who picked up the checking penalty there. The roughing call that led to Edina's second power play. He was one we thought he was going to be a late scratch. Is in the lineup there. We'll try to figure out exactly who that late scratch was as we check through the roster. Comes down the near side. Fans, I love it, on top of the glass, really making their presence known. The Junior Gold squad does able to clear it out. So Edina now back at their own red line. They'll fire it in deep, and they'll go back to the attack. Left winger, able to get on it quickly, looking for some support, unable to get it out of the corner. Finally, it goes around the net. Wayzata should be able to pick that up and move their feet and perhaps get an offensive chance here. Through the neutral zone they go. Big hit attempt, but a miss. Fired in on goal, and he'll swallow that one there. Wayzata finally able to get a full change. This faceoff will come to the Edina goaltender's right. Cooper Rasmus settles in, unable to win that one as Edina gets it to the corner, but quick on the puck, able to perhaps force turnover. Through the slot it goes. And unable to get a full shot off. Dumped all the way down. It looks like this will be another icing. With just a little over 10 minutes left to go, you're watching Wayzata Junior Gold hockey. And a little confusion, but the faceoff will be to the left of the Edina goaltender. Rasmus setting up. He wants his forwards to go. Wins the draw on a shot there by Robbins. Just kind of directing it towards the net there. Nathan Robbins, 6 goals on the season thus far. He'd love to get his back net. Once again, Rasmus wins another one. Back to the point. Tries to fire it through. Doesn't get all the way. in the high part of the zone. Edina finally able to knock it through. So talk about the faceoffs being even, but a couple of faceoff wins by Cooper Rasmus has led to a couple scoring chances. But a turnover here. Edina in 2-on-1 down low. Shot blocked by Kurt. Might have been the defenseman in front who sprawled to try to make the save there. The puck goes into the Edina bench. You can really see as you look to the fans there, the tension kind of start to come up. You know, we saw a lot of physicality, a lot of emotion. Both teams starting to play a little tight right now. Perhaps just not wanting to make that next mistake, because the next goal in this game is really going to be an emotional swing. Obviously, it gives you the 2-1 lead, but might be a chance for you to actually put your foot on the gas of this game and start to pull away. Back to the right point. Looks to fire it. Deflected in front. Cannot. Edina set up. Tries to throw it. Once again, rack around the net. Kind of going almost like an umbrella power play look, and a box +1 for the Wayzata squad. Another man wide open in front. Stick checked away. Loose puck gathered by Edina, but can't get it to the winger down low. They'll look to cycle. Try to get back out in front. Works out of the corner. High slot, top of the circle shot. Great kick save there by Kurt. And they'll play all the way down. Wayzata will take the icing as they started to become under siege. So Henry Kurt, the Wayzata goaltender, making a couple big saves, including the big kick save there. Came in with a .794 save percentage. Obviously, you know, nothing he's going to brag about too much, but talking to Coach Hill, those saves he's fought for, and sometimes been completely under attack. And we've seen a bit in this game as the Edina offense is coming in waves. Another big save there, and he's able to swallow a rebound. Pace starting to slow a bit. A lot of face-offs. And I think if you're the Wayzata Junior Gold squad, you don't necessarily mind this, especially in the second period. Preventing some long shifts, preventing you from really starting to tax your bench there. We're going to look to break out, but the pass behind the net takes an awkward bounce, lands on the back of the net, poked through. Edina now firing for it. Working at the near wall of Wayzata, they'll be kept in. Shot deflected in front. Oh, a tricky save there. As this puck will get cleared, try to fire back in right at the blue line it goes. Now through center. Now on the Wayzata stick. Makes a dent. Oh, can't get it through. That would have been a glorious scoring opportunity, but they get the turnover here, trying to get it back down low. We'll see if they can get back 3-on-2, but Wayzata has back checkers coming. The Edina's going to dump it in and look for a change. All the way down that puck goes another icing, and we've seen it throughout the year. The Wayzata squad looking to what Coach Hill calls the high five, which is to try to fly a winger from the zone and hopefully get some of those break opportunities. They haven't really employed it too much thus far, keeping 5 players back in the defensive zone. But if Edina looks to do more of that stagnant setup, you might wonder if Coach Hill looks to pull that card out of his deck and maybe try to break one of his forwards here for a scoring opportunity. Battle down low, 2-on-2 now. Wayzata comes away with the puck. Back to the point, he fires straight through, stick to side by Kurt. Wayzata back up the wall again, kept in again. Another shot, another save. Rinse and repeat for the Edina offense from the Wayzata goaltender. That puck skates back out to center. There's the fire back in. Good quick clear. Good stick check there. Wayzata trying to get a hold of it. Unable to kind of poke through. Now they do. Coming with the right hand. He tries to go just by the net. Again by the crowd reaction. Might have been a bit tricky for the goaltender. In the slot. Can't go. Bronco with a shot. Hits him right in the chest. Oh my. He was just trying to get that one through. When we looked again, we might try to pick a corner a bit more. Roken now. Plays it into the far corner. Edina trying to clear. Kept in once again. Where the defense. Gets it into the slot. Shot just wide of the net. Oh my. Cooper Rasmus pulled the trigger and missed it just a hair wide. Wayzata looking to get physical now by Edina. Works it back up the other way. Will come through. Doesn't gain the red. Tries to fire to his forward. Hits him high. And that will disrupt the momentum. The Edina forward gets it. Shot. Rebound. Kurt able to swallow that one as well. Thought the Wayzata defenseman had it, but Edina got him at the puck. Takes a big hit to make the play. Leads to a shot down low, but Wayzata starting to get a little physical here. Trying to get the crowd into it. That one kept in just at the blue line. Dangerously close. Behind the net. Looks to work it out the right side. Back to the point it goes. Over to his defensive partner. Fires through traffic. Deflects twice, and they score on the rebound. Oh, a D-to-D pass. The shot bounced off a couple of legs. Right onto the stick of the Edina forward. And they're going to take the 2-1 lead. Wayzata with some offensive chances of their own, but could not get pressure on the point. D with a lot of opportunity to make the clear pass from one defenseman to another. And getting pucks to the net, that's what it's all about. This one bounced at least off of two players and ended up right on the stick of the Edina forward to take the 2-1 lead. So here in the second period, Wayzata now trails. And they weren't able to get the equalizer in period number one. You know Coach Hill would love to get this score at least tied before heading into the ice cut here. On the near boards. Trying to play it back Edina. Back up to the point as well. This time Wayzata intercepts. And they'll go and break out the other way. Up the left-hand side. On his forehand. Tries to dangle around. Tries to throw a backhand towards the net. Instead takes it back around. And Wayzata look to set up. Man loose in front. Gets it to him. But just goes, just by his stick. It would have been Joseph Purcell in front. A little lag on the camera feed there, but a shot comes back just in time to see Kurt make another save. And of course, a casual poke there from Edina. More fans tuning in from the Michigan area. Thank you to each and every one of you that's joined us thus far here on the broadcast. If you're just joining us for the first moment now, we'd love to hear. Drop in the comments where you're watching from and who you might be pulling for. Through the slot, it goes, and Wayzata looks to move up. Trying to get his feet moving, rumbling along. He'll dump it in and go chase after it. It's Joseph Laurie on the puck. Trying to work it out in the corner. Try to get in front. Edina had good coverage there and was able to pick up the loose puck and fire it in. Missed time pass will go in on Kurt, and he'll have to cover there. It's another offensive zone draw. We've seen both of these teams really prioritize trying to get faceoffs in the offensive zone. We saw actually the Wayzata tying goal when it was 1-1. Came off a face-off win. Another win for Wayzata. Working up the sideboards. And out of the zone it goes. Loose puck here in the neutral zone. Edina will recover and regroup in their own end. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. A healthy hit behind it there. You know that's going to get the crowd going. Oh boy, big boy check right there, but Edina with the puck dangles around one, tries to get in front. Is unable to lose the puck all the way down. And they call off the ice at the last moment here. Wayzata in on the forecheck. Edina cuts right through it. New player on the ice. Oh, looks, they're going to call it too many men on the ice call. Not sure about this one.
There was a guy
It looks like they got the change clear, but they do call too many men on the ice. And the Wayzata forward heads to the box. So once again, Edina heads to the power play. We saw the player come immediately off the bench and play the puck. I thought the other player got his skates off the ice, but the official was right on it, no hesitation. So once again, Edina heads back to the power play. Wayzata has been offensive on their PK, but I don't know if you want to roll the dice too many times here with the special teams. Edina rolls across the red line now into the zone. Working it, trying to get through the corner, comes across to the far wing. Shot up high, goes high above the net. Just over Kurt's glove. Poked away there by Wayzata. They'll try to clear, cannot. Dump back deep in the zone. And they'll look to regroup. Wayzata now to the loose puck. Edina not really pressuring. Kind of conceding the clear there. Back behind their own net. Right in front of our camera position there. Great work by our crew. And Edina over the blue line. Takes up the right-hand side. stops, looks to set up, passes it back to the point, and that goes all the way through. So great active stick there to poke it aside. Edina slow and methodical out of their own zone. Long stretch pass there to the red line. They'll look to gain speed over the zone. On the left-hand side, waits, backhands for the slot, back down to the wing, tries to get it back in front, does not go, intercepted, and not cleared quite yet, over skates, and it's turnover. Edina now trying to get to the man in the low slot, could not. Perhaps a little bit of a tripping call there, missed, a little bit of a knee to knee. You see him limp back towards his bench. Big hit there in the corner. Trying to work it back out in front. In the slot, one save. Oh, Kurt falls down. The puck goes behind the net. They work it back to the point. Waits, fires through traffic. Gets through, deflected once, and in it goes. Oh, Kurt unable to get his angle after falling. The shot from the point goes through once again. And Edina strikes on the power play. And they'll take a 3-1 lead. Wayzata's left those points open throughout this period in particular, and it haunts them yet again. And the goaltender, Henry Kurt's been making a bunch of saves, real active in his paint there. He slipped as the puck kind of was going around the net, and it looks like he just couldn't regain his angle. And on the deflections as a goaltender, you want to be able to trust where your posts are so you can react instinctively. But unfortunately, it just ended up on a Edina stick once again, and now it's a 2-goal deficit for Wayzata. Edina through the neutral zone, looks at a strong pressure, passes it back, high slot, shot through. Kurt sticks that one aside. So it'll be interesting to see some of the adjustments that Wayzata might make. As it seems like defensively, they just haven't found a point. Bit of pushing and shoving, throws him into the bench there in front. No whistle that's far. The arm does go up. And it looks like this call is going to be on Wayzata. I'm going to guess for an interference or on a hold. But once again, Wayzata didn't get the best of their emotion there. And it looks like Zach Robbins is going to head to the box. We'll try to see if we can see the signal here. And it looks like I whispered in there. It was pushing and shoving in front. It looks like he made the check right in front of the Edina bench and perhaps trying to deposit them back into his bench because they were tied up for a good bit there. But Edina heads back to the power play with under 2 minutes left to go here in the period. I believe that's what I'm reading on the clock there. And either way, Edina is certainly going to be pressuring Wayzata through the rest of this period. Back of the point, can't keep it in. They'll have to regroup, so some time will tick away from the man advantage. Good aggressive forecheck there, able to get a turnover. Now they'll kind of look to go to work, but now perhaps 2 forwards caught, so they're going to look to hustle to get back. 2-on-2 now, just fires it in on Kurt, and he'll stick it aside. In that near corner there, works towards the slot. Looks like a shot from the angle there, probably trying to catch the Wayzata goaltender off guard. As they look to regroup, shot advantage is in favor of Edina thus far. But the icing on the power play, not something you'd want to do. So the faceoff will come down into the Edina zone. Just over a minute left here in the second period. Thank you once again for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, wherever you're tuning in, we really appreciate it. All the way back down in the Wayzata zone. Lets the man go by, but the second one's able to stick that puck away. In front, shot save. Kurt, another big one. Wide open man in the slot. Kurt with another big save. Edina wins the dirt here. Back to point, works it back down low. They've always had a presence in that high slot, but the dangerous areas have come just like that. Shot, rebound, 1 save, 2 saves. Oh my! Henry Kurt, unfortunately, left behind by his teammates and making some huge saves in front, but that's been Edina thus far, getting shots from the point, traffic in front, sticking things and towards the slot and trying to get their stick on things. Kurt's come up with a couple of key saves. The two more recent goals, though, just been bounces right on Edina sticks. Big hit there by Wayzata. They've definitely been a physical team. Unfortunately, the reason on the PK here has got a little bit too overzealous. In front, another big kick save. This time they're able to get it back down to the point, over to the right wing. He looks back to the point. This is where they want to set up their power play. Tries the one-touch pass, does not go. In the corner now. Back out to the high point. Waits, shot, fires through, up high, does not get through. Back around the net. They're going to look to the other side, and the buzzer goes, so that'll do it after 2 periods of play. Our score, it's Edina 3, Wayzata 1. Stay tuned during the intermission. Hopefully we'll have some player interview, and we'll try to talk to some of the players involved in this game thus far. But as for now, here on the play-by-play, we're going to take a momentary break. We'll be back in just a moment with more Wayzata Junior Gold action. So back live in our studio in the Great White North, our score, Edina 3, Wayzata 1. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to some action here today. And Wayzata Junior Gold squad coming off of 2 straight wins, looking to pick up their 3rd here today. Now, Edina got off to the early start, a 1-0 score. They were able to score just over a minute into the opening frame, but Wayzata battled back, started to get some offensive zone pressure, but ultimately it was off a face-off. They were able to win off into the corner, get towards the front of the net, and sneak it by the Edina goaltender. Unfortunately, special teams has been a bit of a bugaboo for the Wayzata Junior Gold squad in this game, as the power play put Edina back on front and has allowed Edina really to get a lot of offensive zone pressure thus far. So if you're the Wayzata Junior Gold squad, you want to look to, of course, stay out of the box. You want to feed off the momentum and the emotion of the game, but not take it a bit too far. For Edina, they're going to look to continue to get shots from the point. Henry Kurt has been outstanding in net despite the 3 goals going by him thus far. Made some tremendous saves, and he'll want to have to be a little less busy here in the 3rd. Now, during the year, I talked to Coach Hill about what adjustments that he wanted to see during intermission, because Wayzata coming out of the ice cut has had a little bit of a difficulty really kind of getting back into gear. So what he's hoping to do in this game in particular, he let me know a little bit of a secret, is he wants to make sure to keep the emotion level up, but it's that first shift coming out, he wants that to be the tone center. So we'll keep an eye on that to see if that indeed will be what sparks Wayzata to the big comeback here. We have an interview at the moment. We'll see once they get done with a little discussion. We have someone join us on the broadcast, but stay tuned. We'll have more hockey action coming to you live from Wayzata Central in just a moment. Once again, you're looking live at Wayzata Central, and scrolling through the comments here, I want to give a special shout out. See Forrest Stanton joining us, Becca H, Joanna Weaver, Mary Thompson, Lillian Thompson. Thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast thus far. And we invite you to drop a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I see Florida checking in. I see Nevada, Michigan, Costa Rica. We got a global broadcast. And in Connecticut, also checking in as well. We absolutely love to see your support. And we thank you so much for tuning in to this broadcast tonight. Once again, 3-1 our score. Edina in the lead. And see in the comments, a lot of people cheering for the Junior Gold squad as expected. And I'm also hopeful that they'll be able to pull ahead and ultimately take home their third straight victory. And a quick little recap for those that just might be joining in. I am Sean Hill, your play-by-play guy, your studio host here, joining you from British Columbia, Canada, actually, the Great White North. Glad I get the opportunity to bring you some Minnesota hockey here today. Also want to give a special shout out to Tom Champaglia, our director today for our broadcast. Also Lucas and Matt and Jacob who are helping us out on the cameras as well. With internet broadcast, you're trying to get the highest quality that you can. And I know sometimes it's got a little laggy and sometimes a little bit blurry, but we appreciate you tuning in and checking in with us and getting ready for some third period action in just a moment. But we are excited to bring you coverage of this game because the Wayzata Junior Gold squad, a little bit of a rough season thus far, but with them hot, we wanted to try to bring you, them playing some of their best hockey of the year thus far. And so far through two periods, we've seen flashes of that, but we'll love to see them shore some things up and bring home the W. But at Zamboni, getting after it. And we'll be back in just a moment. We'll see if we can get an interview with one of the coaches before we get set for the third. But until then, grab your potty break, grab another snack, maybe a wobbly pop if you're old enough to do so, and get ready for third period action between Wayzata Junior Gold and Edina.
Like I said, my feet are frozen from being out there, and also I need to talk to the team a little bit. So, oh yeah, rebound. Got it. So you're saying rebound?
We are back here, Edina 3, Wayzata 1, our score, and we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in once again. The Zamboni finishing its final passes along the ice. And just let you know, after the game concludes, we will have some post-game interviews. We're hoping to get a chance to talk to Coach Hill before the start of the third period, but as you can expect, they are focused on getting back into this game and ultimately taking the lead and hopefully their third straight victory. So far, the special teams gave Edina the bulk of the power plays there. I believe they're 2 for 4 thus far, with the fourth power play actually still ongoing to start the period. So we'll have some power play time to begin the third period. And Wayzata Junior Gold Squad, we'll see. Coach Hill talked about wanting that first shot of the game to really set the tone and the tempo. Seeing the officials starting to get back onto the ice surface there, so we'll players momentarily. But stick around after the game. We'll have some post-game interviews and reactions coming live from Minnesota. So we invite you to stick around. And special thanks once again to all of you tuning in. We love to see your comments coming in. Solid ones coming in from Texas just recently as well. We absolutely love having you on the broadcast and want to hear from you as well. So we appreciate you all checking in. We'll take a look, see Becca coming in from Texas, Connecticut. There we go, all the way from Boca Raton, Florida. Joanna Weaver, thank you so much. Seymour tuning in. Grandpa and Grandma tuning in from Lawton, Nevada. Amazing opportunity. As I mentioned, we had Costa Rica a bit earlier. They're here in Michigan. So all over the globe, people are tuning in to watch this Wayzata Junior Gold Squad. And I see players back hitting the ice once again. And the warm-up period, a brief warm-up period there. And I think we're going to have Coach Hill able to join us here in just a moment. I see Coach with the headset on. Coach, that first period there, they give up the early goal. You're down 1-0. Your team really fought back and got the equalizer. How do you get back to that style of play in which you guys are really pushing the play?
Got to stay out of the box. Got to play 5-on-5. Have to be 5-on-5. Got to stay out of the box.
And I want to talk a little bit about your goaltender, a little bit under fire there. It looks like the slot has been relatively open, but I feel like this score could be a lot worse without number one in the net right now. How does your team have to build off the emotion of what your goaltender's given them?
Hey, Henry's bringing us the emotion. He was able to tamp down that emotion for earlier on. We got to feed off him. We got to play down the other end. That's all it's got to be. Hey, appreciate the time. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Coach. Go get him. All right, so there you go, Coach Hill, able to join us for just a quick moment. I know he wanted to make sure for everyone tuning in on the broadcast that they got a little intermission interview there, so we appreciate Coach Hill joining us to give us some words. And I want to hear from you guys out there what you want to see from Wayzata, or if you're cheering from Edina, you can go ahead and you can admit it. But if you're cheering for Wayzata, what do you think they need in the house now? Joining in just a moment, back live in studio. All right, we're getting our ring cam ready to go, and we are back. Third period action underway between Wayzata and Edina. So once again, Wayzata in the white, Edina in the green and gold. Shot, big save there. Gets sticked aside, so an early opportunities. Both teams you're expecting after the ice cut and the fresh ice there to come back with a lot of fire and a lot of spunk. Right now, Edina with puck possession. But man, looking at these fans on top, really kind of getting after each other. Big turnover there. Down low, 3-on-1, but another big save off the stick side. So Wayzata a little sloppy in their own end thus far, perhaps looking to push a bit too much offensively. But now they gather. He takes a big hit in center. That was Tobias Meyer to try to play it back down low. Early action here, third period, 3-1 our score. Looks for a drop pass. Gets it down along the boards. Look at the cycle game going. Good offensive pressure in front. Can't keep it in at the point. And we started to see a little bit of the high five come into play. You look to see the Wayzata Junior Gold Squad float a winger right along the blue line, really force those D to make a decision if they want to try to go for the puck or give up the breakaway. Out of the zone it goes. That does get out the center. Delayed offsides. Right in front of the bench. Trying to get through now. Big heavy hit off the back shoulder there. Calls the puck to come through. Wayzata get it now. Have some room through the neutral zone. In front, shot, save. Just able to swallow that one up. That was Logan Adler with the shot from the left-hand side. It's off to the Edina. Goaltender's right. Won by Wayzata. Gets its scoring chance, but does not go. Shot from the high slot. That goes, hit a bit of the post there. Defenseman picks it up around, able to shove off the forechecker. Tries to work it up, but turns it over. Wayzata now looking to get a cycle game of their own going. Working out the right-hand side, just rolls off his stick, gives just enough. The point has to concede the blue line. And they'll just dump it in and look to change on the back end. At least one defenseman able to get off for a change. That's also going to be key for the Wayzata squad and both Edina as well. Edina picks up the loose puck, looking at back on the offensive attack, right in front of the crowd there, works it back into point, back to the center, tries to get over to the far side, cannot, and poke back to the neutral zone. Both teams are going to have to be smart with their changes. You absolutely not want to give an odd man rush because of a bad change. Right in front of the Wayzata bench, tried to dangle at the blue line instead of getting it out. That's going to be a turnover. Coach Hill will not want to see that on the game tape afterwards. In the near corner. Trying to work it out of the zone. Good healthy hit in front. And when we saw the physicality ramp up, Wayzata just went a bit too far with it. Started kind of running a track to the box there. You want to see good, clean, physical hockey. That's really going to help to get their game going. Edina will look to move out. Even on both sides here. Tries to shoot through a screen that goes just wide. Wayzata on the change. Also had a 2-man on the ice penalty, so we talked about the changes. Definitely don't want to get a manpower penalty, especially here in this third period. But if Wayzata can get one to get within one, you're really going to see this building start to come alive. And I'm sure you'll start to see a little bit more of an aggressive offensive set from Coach Hill. Edina looking to play a bit safe here. As he goes back in the run defense zone. Shot in the slot! Goes just off the pad and wide. Another shot. That one goes off the side of the net. So Wayzata starting to get a couple of chances here. Off to the right-hand side of the goaltender. He's able to get one. Loose puck still there behind the net. Edina able to try to get back out in front. She's out of their zone here. Back in, it looks like Leighton Nelson. Nelson plays into the corner. Wayzata swarming there, back out to the point. Can't keep it on his stick as Roca. So they'll have to clear and regroup. The whistle there, perhaps a penalty upcoming on Edina here. We couldn't really see the arm go up. It looks like the orange bands blew the whistle. And it looks like Wayzata is going to get their first power play. It's close. You can get to the action. Great job by our camera crew there. So Wayzata goes on their first power play of the game. Great opportunity for them to get within one. Trying to work it from behind the net. And they're now digging. Caught in skates. Second man comes, but it squeaks out to the Edina forward, and they're able to get it clear. So on the man advantage situation, you want to always make sure that you have two skaters on the puck whenever you can. Use that man advantage to your ability, or to your advantage. Here comes Ryan Moore. Ryan Moy with speed. Dangles around one, dangles around another. Poke to the corner. Behind the net, looking to force a turnover. Gives it through Moy. Moy looking back towards the point. Can't get it there. And it's clear all the way down. Hurt plays it to the corner. And that'll look to go. 1-4 caught there, then go with speed. And they get really sustained pressure here. They have the puck in the corner, but trying to look at work it towards the slot. Gets back on his forehand. Tries to get back. Another great active stick there. Good battle, not only in front of the net, but in the corner as well. Wayzata junior goal finally gets another skater over there for puck support, but unable to come free with it. Kept in at the point. A little pushing and shoving in the corner. No call there. And that one will get called. So the second little bit of chippiness goes. And look at that after the whistle. You wonder if he's going to make the double call there on the whistle. Everyone knew that was coming. But it looks like it's just going to be the one interference call on Wayzata. You get the camera out of the way so they can open the door there. And you hear the crowd disagreeing with the call or studying up on their bovine excrement. Either way, we're going to have some four-side hockey for a brief moment. As does ring the draw, is able to pull it out. Nate Rollins looks to move up with speed. Takes it all the way around the net. Rollins still with it. On his forehand, shot! Big save there. Nate Rollins with good speed through neutral zone, took it all the way around the net and turned it into a pretty good scoring opportunity. Still 4 aside for a small little bit. Edina looking at a scoring chance of their own. Guys, a step on the defenseman there, but good close there, and the shot deflected aside. Trying to work it out towards the point. Shot through, doesn't go in on goal. Behind the net. Bad angle there. Edina back to the point again. This is where most of their goals have come from. Creeps on in, high slot, shot! Deflected in front. Edina stays on it. Now with a one-man advantage. 5-on-4 for Edina, officially on the power play. Works it towards the slot. Looks back to the point. Shot through traffic, blocked in front. Wayzata has it. Looking to be aggressive on the PK as they have all game. A short-handed goal here would really get this crowd back into it. On the near side, just trying to poke it home. Takes a bit of a hit there. Crowd made it a bit larger than it appeared on the ice. And that one is swallowed up by Kurt. So with 8:02 to go into the third period, 3-1 our score. Edina on the power play for looks about 40 more seconds or so. A little bit of chirping going on by the fans there. You love to see that. Edina towards the slot. Shot. Save. Kurt was muted a bit in front. And, of course, a little extra courtesy poke there. Face off to Kurt's right. Fired all the way down and cleared down. And Edina will have to regroup. They're going to go 200 feet. 2 forwards caught here for Wayzata. I don't know if they're going to get that deep on the forward check. There's going to be the opportunity for Edina to get set up. Get back to the point. Shot blocked in front. Far side now. Looks to work it back down low below the net. Tries to get a man in the slot, so he'll go back to the point. Over to his defensive partner. Creeps in, top of the slot, shot off the pad. Rebound, another one back in front. Another save there by Kurt. They'll recover. Man out of the box. He's ahead of the field. Can he catch up to it and get a scoring chance? No, it's going to go all the way for icing. Was unable to get the number on that one to see who had that scoring opportunity, but out of the box, they looked to spring him for a scoring opportunity. But the clock's starting to not be friends of Wayzata. 7 minutes left to go here in the third. Through the neutral zone. Stop there. Right at the blue line. Edina able to recover. Good puck support. Throws it in on net. And Kurt will swallow that one up. Crowd really getting into it. Love that action. And I love our crowd that watching here on YouTube, wherever you're tuning in. Thank you so much once again. I can't thank you guys enough. It's a lot easier knowing there's an audience watching than just talking to myself here on the internet, right? Ooh, a wraparound opportunity. Kurt has it in front. Got the stick on the first one and the glove on the second one there. A turnover behind the net led to a wraparound opportunity. That one kind of sprung up pretty quickly. And Kurt, quick to make the save there. Face off one by Edina. Defenseman fires it through, deflected in front, just wide of the net. Oh, dangerous opportunity there. In front of the Wayzata bench, looks to kind of get it down. At some point, Wayzata's going to have to ramp up their puck possession and really look to start keeping the puck down the far end and give Coach Hill an opportunity to perhaps pull the goaltender for the extra attacker. But for now, they're going to kind of get it out of the neutral zone. Camera a bit locked there as the heads back. Edina across the blue line. 3-on-2. Try to get through legs. Couldn't poke aside. D pinching in. Able to keep that puck down as we tick under 6 minutes to go. Wayzata's forecheck. really hasn't been a factor in the third period thus far. Tries to get towards the center. See if they can recover here and get a scoring opportunity, but only able just to further it deeper. Back around, it goes all the way down. With the defenseman back, it will not be icing. Trying to break out. Errant pass there. Backs across, and Edina is trying to slam it back home. Ends up hitting the bench there. Taking a look aside the benches there. We'll try to see. We know Coach Hill has been a bit aggressive with the goaltender pull. We'll see when he looks to try to get the extra attacker on. As it has actually been pretty successful when they've done so, but with 2 goals down, you don't want to have to rely on that. You'd love to pop one here now and maybe only pull the goaltender down 1. The 3 group, pass to the neutral zone, can't do so. In skates at the red line, he gathers. Makes a move to the blue line, keeps control, tries to make another move, but cannot go. Good pass to the center slot there, Loria. He's only able to gather. It's a little bit of a hot potato for the puck now. Back behind the net. Shot from the high slot, top of the circle, and they shoot and score. Edina, the loose puck came through. I know the feed lagged a bit, but the puck came out from the corner. A loose puck right in front. And from the top of the circle, he fires that home, and of course it's right in front of the Wayzata crowd. He does a little showboating there. Heartbreak for Wayzata thus far, but you know what? You're watching me here on YouTube. Why don't we believe for the next 4 minutes and see what can happen for this junior gold squad? Down by 3, but a little over 4 minutes left to go. Some discussion here from the officials with the Edina bench here. Perhaps a bit of warning. Coach Hill now discussing with the official as well. Linesman coming over to probably mitigate a bit. Edina trying to get their crowd fired up. And it looks like one of the Wayzata players has been ejected. See the door slam there. We'll try to get word from the rink crew. Figure out what exactly is happening here. It looks like there's some discussion. So I know there was some taunting between the fans and the crowd here. We apologize for some of the language that might be sneaking through on your broadcast here. Love to see, unfortunately, we are broadcasting, as I mentioned, from the Great White North here in Canada, so unable to join ringside. There's the view ringside, and we saw a lot of animated players on the benches, and then all of a sudden it looked like there was a whistle, a little bit of an ejection point, and someone headed out, and now you see Edina going over to rally up their fans. And this is where, as an officiating crew, you love to see them put the safety of the players first and not really allow this to happen. I know it's Minnesota hockey. I know it's a passionate sort of thing, but to let you know from my perspective, we've played a lot of intense games like this one. You can't allow the players on the ice to really aggravate. And I don't know if they're going to call this one here. Interesting. We're going to try to get down one of our ringside reporters to let us know exactly what's going on here, but it looks like the teams are headed to the dressing room. And so we'll try to see what's happening here at the moment. Officials standing around. We apologize from our broadcast perspective. We're unable to see exactly what's happening, but we see sticks going in the crowd, and it looks like they might have called this one. Not sure exactly what the call is here, but you see players throwing their equipment and heading off the ice. We'll try to gather all the information, but not sure exactly. I see teams leaving the ice. I see equipment being tossed into the crowd. Once again, we'll try to figure out. See jerseys off, see shoulder pads off. We're going to try to figure out exactly what's going on here. Apologize that we can't get you more. But we will have a post game if indeed that's where we've entered. But this is unlike something that I've seen in this era of hockey. I will say your late 90s hockey, things like that, we saw a lot of this. Rowdy crowds leading sort of situation. But I'd love to figure out exactly what's going on. We're going to try to get a hold of our team down at the arena and figure out what's happening here. We'll come back in studio for just a moment. As we said, the score's 4-1 Edina. It looks like both teams have left the rink and are headed back to the dressing room. Don't know. It's a brief pause. Don't know if there's a protest of some sort from either the coaching staff. I know the Wayzata bench was a bit unhappy, but we're going to go down rinkside now and see Coach Hill putting on the headset. Coach, can you let us know exactly what happened there? Obviously, we're here in the studio, unable to see.
No, absolutely. And I can see where's the reception. Unfortunately, we had one unruly fan in the stands who unfortunately had something enter the surface of play. The official decided he wanted the stands cleared. There was only 3 minutes on the ice clock, which means the games are timed. It would have taken more than, actually less than 3 minutes. It would have taken more than that time to clear the stands. I asked the referee about that, and he refused to restart the game. There wasn't much we could do at that point. Rather than try to cause a scene and clear the stands, we respectfully appreciated the game that Edina brought us. We appreciated the officials. I would have liked to have the opportunity to play those last 3 minutes. The team was ready to go, but this is junior gold hockey. We appreciate the fans that come out. Unfortunately, one thing entered the ice. I don't know if it was on purpose or not.
You know what, Coach? It's unfortunate to hear. I know you want to go talk to your squad. We'd love to get an opportunity to talk to some post-game, things like that. So I don't want to keep you too long in this session. We'll have a post-game show coming up in just a moment. But, you came off 2 straight wins. This game, you showed some flashes. But one thing we didn't see from your team was really any quit. Can you just speak a little bit to the heart of this team? Because obviously it's an emotional game. You took a lot of penalties. I know you didn't want to see, but, man, was there no quitting them.
Hey, this is what this team, talk about no quit. I want to call out number 8, Cooper Rasmus. All year long, that kid has pumped everyone up. He's the first guy out of the locker room. He calls everyone's name out. There was no quit on this bench whatsoever. No quit whatsoever.
We appreciate it, Coach. We'll let you get to your team, and perhaps we can talk a little bit later in the post-game show and break this down on the game a bit more. But we appreciate the time now.
Shawnee, thanks so much.
Coach Hill once again joining us from ringside. So as you heard, an object thrown on the ice. The officials wanted to clear the stands. It's unfortunate to see because just looking at the comments, from you on YouTube, you were really enjoying the action here. We're going to try to reach out, try to talk to some players, try to talk to the coaching staff again because we want to bring you some entertainment. Unfortunately, having a game end a bit earlier than any of us planned. Muddles our plans a bit, but I appreciate each and every one of you for broadcasting in. We heard from grandparents, parents, and even just some casual hockey fans that wanted to see some great Minnesota hockey. At this time, I also want to give another shout out to our director, Tommy Champaglia, who did a great job working with our camera crew. He is also remote. He's actually out of Pennsylvania in the United States. And also want to thank Lucas, Jacob, and Matt. I hope I got all the names correctly for bringing us some tremendous shots throughout, and we try to bring as much action as possible. For a little bit of a recap as we get set for the official post-game show, the game got started with Edina scoring first just over a minute into the game. A pressure in front from the slot was able to poke one home, and quickly it was a 1-0 lead for Edina. For the rest of the first period, it was a little bit back and forth with Edina controlling a lot of the puck possession. But when they got on the power play, Wayzata's penalty kill was actually starting to push offensive pressure. It really started to actually change the momentum of the game slightly, which led to Wayzata getting offensive zone draw, winning that draw into the corner, pulling the puck out, and from around the goal line, we couldn't quite see which stick was able to poke it home. They got this game tied, and it seemed at the end of the first period, tied at 1, that this was going to be the battle that we thought it was going to be. Emotion started getting the bench of the Wayzata junior gold squad and started kind of making a path to the penalty box. Edina scored on the power play, made it 2-1. They added another, making it 3-1. And that's where we entered the third period of play. Now, with the ice cut, Coach Hill talked about how his team has struggled to come out of it. And we saw a tiny bit of that at the start of the third period, not really getting their legs underneath. Emotion started to get the best of Wayzata again. And you kind of saw with someone throwing something on the ice, the crowd really was starting to kind of stoke the wrong parts of this rivalry. And unfortunately, instead of seeing some great hockey action, we saw a run to the penalty box. We saw some late hits on both sides. Ultimately, Edina took a 4-1 lead. And as you heard from Coach Hill, an object entered the playing surface. And, if you're at home watching on YouTube, you can throw stuff at your TV or your computer all you want. But if you're at the game, you want to respect these athletes and give them an opportunity to play it out on the ice. Unfortunately, with the time left on the ice slot, time left in the game, and the amount of time it would take to clear the crowd, unfortunately, this game ended up just being called. So it'll go down as a 4-1 victory for Edina, but unfortunately, what was going to happen those final 4 minutes, we may never know. We're going to take a quick break from just a moment. We'll show you a little bit of the rink for a moment. I'm going to grab a quick little bit of water, and we're going to get set for the post-game show. Don't go anywhere. Wayzata Junior Gold Hockey coming back in just a moment. Welcome back to the Wayzata Junior Gold Post Game Show. And as we come back live in our studio here in the Great White North, once again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed. We apologize that we weren't able to get you a full 3 periods of play. Unfortunately, with an object entering the ice surface, player safety at risk, the officials made the call that they wanted to clear the stands. And with the time left in the ice slot, as well as the game, unfortunately, it wrapped early. But all of you out there, we're going to roll some of the comments on the screen, tuning in from really around the globe. You are really what made this broadcast what it is. Obviously, the players put on quite a show for you, but really without you guys kind of watching along, it's just some more random stuff on the internet. So we appreciate each and every one of you. And again, if you throw some comments in now, I'll try to get them up on screen. And we appreciate you checking in from around the globe. And I truly mean around the globe. You see this one right here coming from Costa Rica. So if you can leave the beaches in Costa Rica,
Travis.
The beaches in Costa Rica and watch some hockey from Minnesota, you know that you are a die-hard fan. Looks down ringside. We have Coach Weingartner joining us now. Coach, a hard-fought game obviously didn't go the way you wanted. It seemed emotion played a lot into this game. You were hoping it kind of manifested on the good side of things, but those penalties kind of really started to kill you. How hard is it to kind of, take a rivalry game like this and push the right emotional buttons and not have it fall by the wayside?
Yeah, Shawnee, it's good to see you. I think what we did is we started out some of our younger players. We were a 16U team, and they got really emotional up on the front end, which is fine. And we had the stands were rocking. But I think one of the things we got to work on is a little bit of the discipline. Some of the veterans, they know that discipline part and how to take the emotion and put it into effort, energy, and hustle. But we got to work a little bit on the younger players. We got another game left in the season. Amazing home game today. I mean, if we can just kind of take that emotion and just put it into hustle and effort rather than, taking the things ice level, I think we'd be better off.
And so a little X's and O's there. It seemed like defensively, a lot of high danger scoring opportunities for you. It seemed like they were really penetrating the slot there. Was that something they were doing well, or is it an adjustment that you're going to want to make for next game?
I think the adjustment we want to make for next game is I don't want to give away all the trade secrets a little bit.
Of course.
But, I think on our in our D zone a little bit, we got that fifth forward up pretty high. He's up in the neutral zone, so we're going to bring him down a little bit. And then we're going to kind of do it a little bit more chip pass, hit the center, kind of coming through. I think what's happening is that we're losing some of our D-zone coverage. Earlier in the season, we were pretty locked down D-zone. So what's happening is that we're not able to get that stretch pass up and out of the zone so quick. So then that turnover right at that blue line is just really hurting us. So if we can work on bringing that fifth guy down in the zone a little bit more, I think that's going to help that D zone a little bit more.
And the last question for you, I got to ask about the goaltenders. I know Sean Dvorak had a great start the other night. Yep. Henry Kurt gave you a lot here. Talk about your netminders there and how they're really keeping you in these games.
Yeah. Henry and Sean are amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, after 2 periods, I think it was 35 shots on goal. I think, they've been seeing biscuits nonstop. I mean, these guys are dialed in. I mean, earlier in the season, we had to work on some things, but they have just, they've been leading the team, and they're leaders, and that's what we need on the team. So they're true leaders. Shawnee, it's great talking to you. I'm going to pass the mic over. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us here on the post-game show. And, you're taking a look around at our full coverage here. We will try to bring you from every angle, and I see the headset getting passed over to our next interview here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Coach joining us, it's tremendous, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it.
So I see the headset being passed along with our next post-game interview coming up, so make sure you kind of stay tuned as we dive in here. We'll try to see if we can figure out. I'm having trouble seeing who's joining us now, so we'll bring the feed up there. Seeing it there. All right, my friend. Hey, not the effort, not the result you definitely wanted to see, but how do you feel that you guys played in this game? Obviously, you wanted the score to kind of go another way, but ultimately, what did you do well tonight?
I think the boys, got the puck in deep and pressured them at certain times and got the puck in front of the net.
Yeah, obviously, getting pucks in deep, rolling, all 4 lines, things like that, about keeping feet moving. But it's also about keeping the emotions in check. What do you guys have to do better next game to make sure you're not just running a path to the penalty box?
I think we just got to calm it down and no retaliation penalties. And, that's it.
It's you got another game left on the schedule here. Obviously, when at the beginning of the year, you want to kind of greater goals, things like that. But what's going to be your biggest takeaway for you personally from this season that's going to help you more in your career?
I don't really know. It's a tough question, but I think that I was okay in the beginning of the season, and all the coaches and the players, helped me become better. And yeah.
It really comes a brotherhood after all these battles, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, or anyone that might be watching on the broadcast?
Probably all the coaches, my parents, friends.
There you go. Yeah. Why say their names individually when you can shout them all out collectively, right?
Yeah.
There you go. We appreciate it, man. We'll let you get back to it. But thank you so much for joining us on the post-game show.
Thank you.
So there you go. We were trying to get an identifier there. I had to be honest. We wasn't able to kind of get it there. But we'll get the next one there. And the one thing you hear this team talk about time and time again is the bond they're creating. At this age, this league and things like that, it's truly a brotherhood that starts to come together. And they're really kind of getting some skills that are going to translate through. And you look at the standings and you look at some score sheets, and obviously it's not the results that you kind of want throughout the year, but you're really looking for personal development, right? You're looking for them to get better as players, get better as people. And in a game like today, it's a good reminder of really the ages as the crowd really kind of amplified things up. And unfortunately, the behavior robbed us all of the final 4 minutes of this game. But it was interesting to hear Coach Weingartner talk about on the defensive structure side, keeping that 1-4 usually being high, kind of getting them back down low. It's kind of been a push and pull with systems a bit where they've seen some success having that forward high in the zone, really kind of pushing the D. You heard me allude to it. But then additionally, you can't leave open guys in the slot, right? So we'll be interesting to see the adjustments. Unfortunately, we do not have the broadcast for next game. So we'll just have to kind of see on the score sheet exactly how it was. So I think we have another person popping on the headset in just a moment here. We'll try to see if we can see who's down there. Who do we have joining us? Who just popped the headset on there?
Sean Dvorak.
Hey, Sean. You didn't get the start today, but I know that you were instrumental in getting this team to where it was now. I'd love to talk about how your season gone this year. How do you think you've played thus far, and where do you think you've improved the most?
I think I've had a pretty solid season personally, but I mean, bouncing between the JG16 and the JGB teams, it's been kind of hard to get a flow.
Yeah, to talk about that, I know as a former goaltender myself, that's how I started my career. I think sometimes even switching teams, besides obviously the emotional toll of constantly heading out to the rink every other day, you're also playing behind different systems as well. How have you been able to maintain your quality of play, even with some of the changes you might see in front defensively?
Well, luckily, I've had pretty constant like breakout and penalty kill strategies, but it has been interesting dealing with different. For example, JGB when they're entering a zone plays it way differently than JG16 does, and dealing with stuff like that's been pretty hard. So I've been talking to the coaches a lot to try and figure out what they want me to do.
And how important is communication on the ice? I think often it's overlooked, especially from the goaltender's perspective, as everyone just thinks you're the lone guy back there. But communication is crucial. How have your coaches helped you to make sure that you're able to communicate out on the ice?
I completely agree. Communication is absolutely vital, and my coaches have done a great job of making that very clear to both myself and the team.
Now, a game like this, obviously, it's a rivalry night, and the crowd was certainly fired up. But unfortunately, we get the thing thrown on the ice. Do you feel disappointed that your team was robbed of the final 4 minutes for a chance to maybe get back in this game and have some sort of a miracle ending?
I mean, obviously, a loss is disappointing, especially against Edina in a rivalry match like this. But I think overall, the team played a pretty good game, and at the end, we just needed to let off steam.
So you have at least one more game left on the schedule, if I'm not mistaken. What's your mindset going into that one?
I think the mindset is we just want to win to close out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, our fee, we just lost it there, but you heard him talking about you wanted to have a win to close out the season. I think we lost the stream there, so we'll try to get Sean back. But unfortunately, you could hear that even though they're disappointed, you never want to lose a rivalry game like this, that there's still this passion that comes together, and they really want to end the season off on a positive note. And I'll say, while the scoreboard didn't go their way this evening, I think seeing all the support they had from all of you, really brought it together. We got Sean back here now. We'll add him back into the stream. Sean, sorry, we lost
sorry to pick up where we lost you there.
Yeah,
I think the mindset
right
going
up.
into the game is just we really need a win to close out the season. So play hard, hopefully keep it clean, and it'd be really nice to come away with the win. Be a great way to close out the season.
Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you, my friend, joining here on the broadcast. Wish you best of luck the next time that you take the crease there, and hopefully we'll see you on the broadcast soon. Awesome. He's the man of big saves, sometimes few words. And I apologize that we lost the feed at the very end there, but thankful that Sean was able to put the headset back on and kind of give us that answer. We'll see. I think we might have one more kind of interview coming from Rinkside here. We'll see if it comes together. But each and every one of you, again, we've been thanking you throughout the broadcast. This is a fun little thing that we kind of get to do. And whenever we get a chance to call some athletes and things like that. But you know what? Here on the post-game show, I see the team's kind of packing up and ready to go. So we're going to wrap it up here as well. Once again, a special thanks to Lucas, Matt, Jacob, our cameraman, RJ Hill. Special shout out to him for helping us get set up. And of course, Tommy Champaglia joining us from Pennsylvania, our director. Tommy, thank you so much. To each and every one of you tuning in, thank you for tuning in for Wayzata Junior Gold Hockey. I am Sean Hill joining you live from our studio here in the Great White North. We hope you're going to have some fun out there, and we'll see you next time around the rink.